say thank you very much for the person or two people that have been subscribed just recently. I think I was at 4 last time I mentioned it, but I think we're at 6 now. So at least at the time of recording right now. So thank you very much. Always again, thank you so much for continuing to watch my channel. I appreciate all the feedback. I know there's only been a couple of comments, but either way, I always just want to show my appreciation to everybody. I understand that time is like the biggest resource that we have here in this planet, and for you guys just to even click on my videos is awesome. So if you are here for the ASMR, great. If you're here for the Pokemon Go content, awesome. If you're here for both, that's even better. So thanks again, and I'll just continue with the video. Alright, so come along and join me on my first set of PvP battles of the season. So if you guys don't know, the season of Pokemon Go just ended up resetting, and we're on to a new season. And what that means also is resetting your ranks in PvP and starting fresh. So today, what I have for a team is going to be Clodsire, or Galarian Clodsire, Azumarill, and oh my goodness, I forgot the name of the bird. Oh, Mandibuzz. There's just so many Pokemon sometimes to remember, but yeah, I checked on PvPoke, and it seems like this team has great coverage, great consistencies, and solid matchups. So what that means is that this team is going to be overall a solid pick for the Great League, which is the league that I'm battling right now, which is 1500 CP or under. And as you can see, we're off to a great start. But I will let you know that obviously when you start off the new season of PvP, a lot of the times, because you are bottom rank, you will tend to get just really easy matchups. But don't get too confident sometimes, because you will also get a lot of people who are actually really good at PvP, especially if the season is just starting, because everybody's going to start to try to get their rank up. So I feel like a tip, if I have for anybody out there, is that if you want to go ahead and get up the PvP rank fast, I would potentially say to avoid like doing PvP in the beginning, because again, I feel like everybody's trying to get their rank fast, high up, so then that way they can get to the Ace, Veteran, and Legend rankings. So yeah, as you guys saw, easy battle. Didn't seem like the person knew too much about PvP. That's also one thing that I kind of feel bad about, is that because I wouldn't say I'm an expert in PvP or anything like that, but I'm definitely not a rookie. I've played it for multiple seasons, and I've won a lot of matches, and I kind of know a little bit more than the common Joe that's out there trying PvP for the first time. So I have a high advantage of other players, but some other players have a higher advantage of me as well. But anyways, going back to my point, do PvP maybe like a few weeks to a month later after the season starts, because that all the expert players are going to already be in Ace and Veteran rankings. Like, they're gonna be up there already, because that's how fast they move. Because they know what they're doing, right? So if you want to go ahead and get good, consistent matches that are going to be a little bit on the easier side, then just wait a while and you'll end up receiving that. But yeah, one thing that I've actually noticed about my team here with Clodsire is, and Azumarill, is that both of these Pokemon are actually pretty tanky. And what tanky means is that they can absorb a lot of hits anytime they get attacked. So they have like what's called like great coverage with both of them. So again, it forces you to use your shields less. But obviously obviously, once they're weak against a certain attack, then that's when you want to start using shields. So, because Clodsire is poison and a ground type, um, it is it is like kind of like not as weak to grass types because that poison type offers protection. But one typing that is actually pretty weak too is water types. So I would just say be careful with the water types. And but you guys saw also the aura beam. I believe that's a psychic type move, and psychic is or poison is weak against psychic. That's one of those weakness combos that kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I don't make the rules. But anyway, Mandibus is also great for that coverage because, as you see right now, switching to Mandibus gives that solid coverage to psychic types because dark actually is good against psychic types, and I don't think either this person knows that or they just don't really care anymore because it looks like I basically two-shielded them. And for the record, if you're ever going to like assert your dominance in Pokemon Go, you would two-shield people, which is basically just meaning that you're not going to be using your shields to protect yourself because you know you're that good. I know, it's a very cocky move to do and very pretentious, and it just feels like icky when you're doing it when you're in the low ranks because I feel so bad, man. I feel like I'm an empath, like I don't want people like destroying me in PvP, but I guess it's just the rite of passage. But anyway, I actually think that this Clodsire is rated number 1 in all the rankings in PvP, at least for the Great League, right? And there's another. So I think this is like one of the first times I've ever seen a Pokemon actually being ranked in the PvP. In PvPoke, sorry. I haven't paid too much attention, but I believe that there's 2 Clodsires that are being rated, and it's the same one. It's the same Clodsire. Also, Quagsire is in there, but it's completely different. But sorry, I'm getting it all confused. So, Clodsire is in the rankings twice, and maybe I'll show it in another video. But it's like ranked number 1 and like somewhere around number 5 or so. But it's ranked with different type of moves because Clodsire, as you guys see, is also a poison type. So I believe it also has a poison type move, and then it has Earthquake as well. And yeah, so maybe the reason why I brought that up is potentially maybe because I want to try it out with that move and just see how it goes and see what I have to arrange. Maybe I'll have to power up another Pokemon to give it better mix and match typings, unless this Azumarill and Mandibus combo works. But maybe that's like an idea for another video, since I feel like that would be a cool process to show you guys to go through on how to pick your teams, on how to look, and how to put them together. Because I'm sure that there's videos out there. I personally have just never really seen them because I've never really been too interested in PvP until recently. And I feel like it's really hard to actually get into PvP unless you have obviously the Pokemon, but also the Stardust, right? So not only does PvP like make you play PvP more, but it also makes you play just Pokemon Go more because again, you have to catch more, you have to find the certain Pokemon that you want, and you have to power up all those Pokemon to get to that certain level. And then the one thing that especially takes a lot of time, at least in my opinion, and it almost gets annoying, is going through the PvP IVs, especially for leagues such as the Great League, Ultra League, or any specific leagues that are out there right now. Like I believe right now it's like the Fantasy Cup. So that also has a completely different set of meta-relevant Pokemon in it that you So a lot of nuances. I know. Um, so I know that there's a lot that I threw out to a bunch of people, and I'm just rambling right now to some of you who probably don't even care about PvP. Might just say like that just seems like too much, but trust me, it's a lot of fun. I feel like if you like organizing things, if you like, just putting like things together, then PvP is such a rewarding um, game system. It's not perfect. I will say it's definitely not perfect, but it's pretty rewarding, and I feel like there could be a few more things that they can change. Like I think right now the time switch for um, switching Pokemon was just moved. I don't even remember for how many seconds. I think it was like from 60 seconds to 50 seconds, and that made so much of a difference because what that means is that you were stuck with that Pokemon if you accidentally switched, or if you switched and you were switch locked, which that means that like if you brought in a Pokemon that was stronger than theirs, but then they switched to a Pokemon that is stronger than yours, like in terms of typing, then you were basically kind of stuck there. So you were either defeated into the ground, or you were able to just switch into the other Pokemon in enough time where you can either take a hit on the Pokemon that resists those moves, or you're just basically done for. But yeah, so right now we're at a great position. We have 2 shields, they have 2 shields. And this battle, I believe this is basically ours. This is my first time watching it with you guys as we go along. So, so yeah, Skeletor is such an interesting Pokemon. I've been wanting one to try out for the Great League, just because I know that it has that cool typing of fire and ghost, but it also has disarming voice, which is a fairy type move, and it's obviously very effective towards dark types. And that's once you actually start getting into PvP a lot more, you'll start seeing, like once you get higher into the rankings, not like right now because everybody's in the bottom tier, you'll see a bunch of different teams and a bunch of different combos. A lot of the times it's just teams that people throw together because they don't really know what's going on, but that's completely fine because that's just part of the process, right? And I'll say this right now, if you're just going to go into PvP to have fun, that's fantastic. You're doing a lot more than other Pokemon Go players are doing, because a lot of people just dismiss PvP and either don't hate it or just don't want to try it. But I would just say give it a shot, right? Like combine teams together. Sometimes again it can be annoying to get to those higher up ranks and then you just see everybody destroy you. And that's why I mentioned like go into PvPoke, make your teams, and then come back, try those teams out, and then do like rinse and repeat, right? That's how you're gonna get better. And yeah, and then also use PokeGenie. That'll scan the PvP IVs, or that just scans IVs for your Pokemon, so that you can go ahead and find the best PvP IVs. And I will let you know this: I'm a perfectionist myself. Like I like to have things like very neat and tidy and perfect. And one of the things that really messed me up a lot, like for PvP, was that I wanted to have like the 100% IVs for each Pokemon that I use, and that's just almost impossible because obviously, like if you guys play Pokemon Go and you catch Pokemon, the 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 IVs that you get on Pokemon are just a roll of a dice, right? Like you have no say as to how, like what the PvP IVs or what any IVs that you want to get in a Pokemon are going to be, right? It's just a roll of the dice, and whatever you get is whatever you get. So that's why it's always important to go through all your Pokemon. There's actually tricks on how to find PvP IVs, and then you go ahead and scan them and see which ones are the best. And I feel like it helps a lot if you have another device, if you have like a tablet or iPad or whatever, or a computer, and you go into PvPoke, right? Like you actually have it set with you, and then you go ahead and then look, like choose a specific Pokemon, and then you look at all the IVs, you delete all the ones that are like irrelevant, which the 0 stars, the 2 stars, and a lot of the times even the 3 stars, unless it's like a hundo or like a 98%, 96, and it's one of your favorite Pokemons, and obviously keep them. But a lot of the times you can scratch all those. That's what I pretty much do. Unless also they're like raid relevant. They're really strong, and you're not gonna be able to get like crazy good IVs out of those Pokemon. But yeah. But sorry, as you guys saw, I two-shielded another person. I've just been so concentrated on my yap session that I completely forgot that I was like destroying some of these people. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and collect the rewards and basically call it a day for this session. And let's see what we get. And then we got a Scraggy. Scraggy, also a very good Pokemon for the Great League. I'll have to check again actually the relevance, because that's part of the new season. Then all of the the meta relevant Pokemon change, so a lot to go through, I know, but yeah, that's it for this video. I'm just gonna be posting random PvP sessions